I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today I'm finally back with a speed build for you. So I hope to be doing 2 over the weekend, but I'm also doing a 48-hour readathon this weekend as well for my booktube channel. If you haven't checked out that channel, by the way, there's a link to it in the description box. Obviously we just talk about books over there. It is a booktube channel, so it's kind of implied. But I'm gonna see if I can do like an apartment tomorrow because I have one that I kind of want to do, like a theme for it, and then maybe a tiny house on Sunday. But I'm back with builds now. I will be doing some challenges now and then, sure. It was fun to do. It was fun sitting down and recording in a different way that I'm used to. But after like 4 challenges, I think, I also started missing just sitting down and chilling a little bit. So, because when I usually build my houses, like right now I am I'm watching through The Walking Dead. You see where that came from? Okay. So, I just kind of like sit and chill while I have something running on my other monitor. And I mean, obviously I don't sit here and just like, we're not lazying about with it, if you get what I mean. But it's a little bit more relaxing compared to having to feel like, or not having to feel, that's not how you phrase that, but feeling like you're very on when you're recording these challenges, plus you have to do it a little bit quickly as well, because otherwise your video is going to end up very long. And I definitely had some issues. I had to cut out a lot from some of them because I talk too much. I mean, go figure. I'm used to voiceovers. Talking is literally what I do for like 20 to 30 minutes in a row. Like, I can't help it. I can't control it. So yeah, but we're gonna do some more of those throughout the month and also next month, I think, because it was fun. But I also want to do some speed builds as well. So the first build that we're doing this month, actually, I think, I don't really want to talk about it, but the last week has been a little bit hectic and sleep deprivation, I'm still not past it. So, because that's been kind of going on for like a month by now, I am exhausted. It's not funny. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to make this video voiceover like one where I'm just sitting here complaining, if you get what I mean. But I'm sure that some of you guys actually do know what I mean when I talk about that stuff though. But also ignore what I'm doing on the second floor with the floor plan. Also, why did I do the floor plan and the interior before I did the wallpaper on the outside? I got so annoyed with myself when I noticed, like, that was just not smart, not one bit. Anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, it's just not been super easy to lie down and just like shut off, if you get what I mean. So it's this build actually took me 3 days to finish because I sat down the day that I started it and I was like super motivated to do it. Like, I had a clear image of what I wanted to do with the house. I had this, or at least with the interior, I had an image of the exterior of the house because I thought it was so cute. It's like a Dutch colonial sort of situation. I think it's actually from that archive website that I've sent you guys before. I don't know if it's linked in the description of this video, but it definitely is on one of the other videos. And I thought the house was so cute. I wanted to do a single mom house because I haven't done one of those for the longest time. At least it feels like I haven't. I might be wrong about that, but they're some of my favorite houses to do because I like the theme. So I sat down and I started recording and I was just chilling, having Walking Dead running on my other monitor, and then all of a sudden I just hit like a brick wall. And that's usually how it is during those phases where you are very sleep deprived. You'll have like a little spurt of energy all of a sudden, and then you'll just hit like a wall and you'll just crash completely. So that's how it was that day. And then the next day I did a little bit more, and then I finished it yesterday, I think. So it took me like 2-3 days, and then I always do. Like, I don't like to record the day that I release videos, so I always do the editing and voiceover the day after. That's just my routine by now, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you're kind of like, you have to do it the same day, but usually I prefer to move the voiceover for the next day. So, yeah, it took me a while to do this, but that's the way it is. But we're back with builds now. If there's anything you'd like to see aside from Christmas houses, because I already have a couple of those planned, or at least one Christmas house, and then I have some that I want to do more wintry, if you get what I mean, like just winter instead of like full on Christmas. So if there's any other stuff, any other builds that you'd like to see, let me know. I do also, yes, I do remember promising you a decades week. It is in my spreadsheet, so we are gonna do it. I just want time to do it because I want to do it properly. Listen, my perfectionist is like screaming at me to do this properly. I don't really know what to do with the interior for those houses because I don't think I can do it time appropriate, to be honest, but we'll see about that. At least not like an 1890s house. I would have to do it like super traditionally or something, but even then I'm not sure if that's even correct. I don't know. Am I gonna sit here and do like decades or interior through the decades research during my Christmas days? Is that what I'm gonna do? Because I was planning on using those to just read and be antisocial when the family's. I'm kidding. I'm gonna be with my family, obviously, but don't worry, the Decades Week is planned. I'm just not really sure if I'm gonna go full in on the interior in those houses, at least not the like older houses that I've been looking at. Maybe for the 1950s, we can do a mid-century modern interior, sure. I mean, it's also because it's kind of limited because I don't want to use CZ and what do we have in the game already? Does it fit and everything? I'm not building a Gothic house. Don't even ask me. Do not ask. Actually, it might do a Victorian house for a change. Who knows? I'm not going to make a promise. No promises here. Before you go running, screaming around because finally a Victorian house, I am not promising that it's going to happen. I'm only saying that I've been considering it for that week, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, for the interior of this house, just wanted to go for like cute, romantic, very, what's it called? Oh gosh, I had the word and then I completely lost it. That is so annoying. That is so annoying. Anyway, just like cute, soft, very pastel cottage vibes, and then maybe like a grandma feel to it as well, if you get what I mean. And yeah, just cute. I read a fairy book recently. This is not supposed to be like inspired by books, which by the way, I know that a lot of you have been asking me to do houses inspired by books. I just need to read the right book for that to happen. And it hasn't happened for a while, but hopefully it'll happen. Like, and when I say a while, it hasn't happened for like 10, 11 months or something. But as soon as it happens, I'm definitely jumping on it because I do like the whole like having like a clear, also just having the backstory of the household or whoever I'm building for. But for this house, I did read, it's called Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is out in January. But I read it and I had this like, because the cover is very spring-like actually, despite it being a very January, December kind of book. Like it's very cold and snowy, very, very freezy. Lots of snow, like a lot of it. So I was just, I finished the book before I started building again, so this was on the Wednesday, but I started the house on the Tuesday. So when I came back after having finished that house, I did this room as the first one, and you can probably tell that I took just, like, I was feeling the vibe. I was just like, I want these, like, boho kind of looking curtains, because they kind of remind me of fairies for some reason, at the time they did at least. I want fairy lights, and I want boho vibes and lots of plants in here, and I don't know, just not that the fairies that are in that book actually, because they're like winter kind of fairies. It's hard to explain, okay? I don't want to give anything away either, because like, what if you guys are gonna read the book? But I just wanted to do something, like I was really feeling that vibe for a little bit, so I just started decorating a little bit in like a very naturey kind of vibe, according to following a very, you get what I mean. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to phrase that sentence because you get what I mean, and I'm just gonna be sitting here for 10 minutes. Okay, anyway. So actually, if you guys have read any good books lately that you've really felt inspired you to build something, let me know. Maybe I want to read those too. Maybe I too will be inspired. I just haven't come across one of those books for a long time. It kind of bothers me because we did the but with that one, it was also so obvious in the title, and it's a very unique relationship in it. So we did Red, White, and Royal Blue at the start of the year, which was what's it called? First Son of the US and Prince of, I forgot the title of them. But anyway, but that one was so obvious in the title, so it's kind of difficult to find unique characters like that. Not saying that other characters, if they don't have specific titles like that, aren't unique, but it was just easy to put in a title because they have their like YouTube video title, because they have their titles. First Son of the US. You know what I mean. I realized when I was saying that sounded so confusing. So I just wanted to clarify what I meant. But if you've read any that even just had a vibe that you felt could be inspiring for a build, not necessarily just one that you could recognize from putting it in the title of the video, let me know. I think I'm gonna have to like sit down and look at my books behind me, which I can't do right now, even though I really feel like turning around, but you can't hear what I'm saying then. And just see which ones actually have like a certain vibe. I think that's the best way I can describe it, just a vibe. Anyway, so I just spoke over most of the interior actually. That is so bad of me, but anyway, aren't we used to that on the channel anyway? It's also been a while since I've done a voiceover. I realized when I sat down, I was like, how do you even talk for that long? I have no idea. Turns out all you gotta do is start talking about books and you're covered. So, but we are decorating the mom's bedroom right now, so we're on the second floor. I think I did this Thursday. So I did a little bit Wednesday. The thing was I'd slept like 4 hours between Tuesday and Wednesday. I had one of those nights where you lay down and then you're so tired, like you don't function. I'd been dizzy throughout the whole day because I just was so tired. Like I could not. And then I laid down Tuesday night, closed my eyes, and nothing happened. And I just laid there for like 3.5 hours and nothing happened. And you just, the longer you lie there, the more frustrated you get, which just makes it worse. Like nothing was working. I just could not fall asleep. So Wednesday I did like 2 rooms and then I was like, I literally cannot sit in my chair anymore. But then I finished the rest of the house Thursday. So this is when we're decorating on Thursday. I wanted style-wise, because the rest of the house, with the exception of maybe the sunroom, has this like cottagey kind of vibe. Also mixed in with some cats and dogs actually, which I mean, you could argue some of that also has a cottage vibe. I know it's supposed to be like seaside, but there are cottages on the seaside too, you know? Anyway, just in case you didn't know. Obviously sarcasm, just want to clarify. I've actually gotten in trouble a couple of times for saying sarcastic things, and then either people think I'm stupid or they think I'm mean or some other thing, and I'm like, no, I was just kidding. Like, I say stupid things sometimes because I know that some people will find it funny, and then there are other people that think I'm just dumb. It's fine. You can think I'm dumb if you want to. I'm okay with that. But yeah, seaside cottages are a thing. But for the teens room, I wanted it to have its own vibe. However, color scheme wise, kind of blend in with the rest of the house. So we are focusing a little bit more on like pink and a very light red. Not a full on pink, but I mean, would you say that red in the curtain, that the color of the curtains, would you say that's, would you? What did I just say? Anyway, would you say that's red? Because, I mean, I would say it's red, but I could also argue for it being pink. So anyway, but also there's a little bit of blue as well with the blue wall over here, but also on the closet or wardrobe, whatever you want to call that. And overall, a very artistic, very plantsy, a little bit boho kind of feel to their room. So yeah, I just wanted the teens room to have its like own feel, but still fit in with the rest of the house in some way. So I think I managed, but they definitely, like, I just wanted it to be their own thing and not necessarily fully match the rest of the house, but still be cohesive. I don't know. It's a lot to ask for. I think we did okay with it. I think my favorite item from obviously I'm a fan of all the clutter. Like, I will use that as much as I can. I can find a spot for all of the items pretty much, except from maybe there is this one item that's like a clock, or no, an arm watch holder. And also it has room for a pair of glasses. And I've never seen one of those items in real life. So like, I don't really know where people put them. Do they put them on their dresser or in the hallway? Are they supposed to go in a walk-in wardrobe? Like, I don't really know. What do you do with those? Never seen those in my life ever before. I did not know those existed. Like, people specifically have things to store their watches. That's the thing. Okay. People have too much money sometimes. But anyway. Or some people have too much money, I should say. Phrased like that. Not just sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, but the pastel pop kit is a lot more niche, and I would say aside from like children's rooms and teens rooms, it's a little bit more difficult to use the items in just like a regular cottage build like this, for example. But the tablet with the keyboard setup, I love that. I think it's so cute. It's very well, maybe not realistic too, because I think a lot of people these days, at least I can only speak from my experience with my parents. My dad has a laptop, but like he doesn't really use it that much. But my mom has a tablet, like that's what she uses. So I think it's kind of, because not everyone has a laptop or a desktop. Some people just have tablets. So it's nice to see that as well. Plus it's just a cute setup. Would have wanted maybe also two just neutral swatches to it, so they're not all pastel, but it is a cute setup just overall. So it's a bit late to do a review on that kit, but I realized while I was decorating the teen's bedroom that we don't really have any neutral swatches. I think there's a black and white swatch or like a black and gray swatch, but it's still checkered, which still adds a pattern, and sometimes you just want like a full white setup or a full black setup or beige or gray or whatever other neutral you can think of. And it just wasn't there. So that was a little bit, and I also didn't want to use a laptop because I felt like, why would they have, like, not everyone has a laptop. There are certain schools as well these days where they actually give the kids tablets so they can type on those for notes and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I think my nephew got one for school, I think. I'm pretty sure it's been like a thing. I'm too old for that. Like, it didn't happen to my generation, but I'm happy for the newer generations that you get. Like, I had to carry a laptop, and we're talking laptops back then. They were bigger than they have to be. So, and before someone in the comments go like, well, I had to carry 5 maps to school every day. You guys in the US also have lockers, don't you? So you can keep some of the stuff in school. We didn't have lockers. We had to carry everything to school and home from school every day. It's fine. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't have lockers or anything like that. Fairly sure. But anyway, it's not a competition either. I just think it's cool that there are some kids, at least in certain schools, that get tablets now when they start, so they can just type on those. I'm not sure if they get keyboards as well, but anyway, sidetracked. We're doing landscaping. I really wanted this house to be like covered in plants essentially, so I wanted the foliage to be very unruly and also slightly colorful because it is a very white house. There's not really any color to the exterior whatsoever on the house. Like it's just white wood siding and then white brick on the part on the left side. And also the tiles for the patios, I think I ended up going with the like slightly pinkish kind of swatch, but it wasn't easy figuring out exactly what color I wanted it. I'm also used to using wooden floors for patios, so tiling just kind of looks off now and then. I don't know. But I think it's very realistic to actually have tiling on patios. But a lot of the plants ended up being pink because, first of all, they fit with the tiling or the tiles, and also I just think for the house interior as well, it kind of ties everything together, and it fits with the white house as well. Plus, once you start mixing, you can do that. I'm not saying you can't, but once you start mixing pink and blue, for example, it's a lot of color all of a sudden. I'm not there yet, not today. So I've been doing a lot of landscaping that is basically just like gray and green, or not gray, where did that come from? Green and white yeah, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, moving on. Let's just breeze through the. We're just like whatever. Ignore that. So adding color to it all of a sudden was a little bit of a shock, if you will. I think there's a little bit of peach in there too, actually. So it's mainly like pink and peach. But those colors also kind of lean on each other. It's the first time. I got like 30 seconds left and I really need to explain this. So it's the first time that I'm using this tent. There's a teen living in the room, so this doesn't actually make any sense with the castle in there, the toy dollhouse, that's what it's called. But I wanted to place the big screen in there so they could have movie nights outside. However, it was too big when I realized. So I'm gonna place down like a TV or something else before uploading it. I just felt like having a little bit of fun when I was building it, but anyway, maybe I can upload 2 different versions or something. I don't know, we'll see. But I also broke a nail while doing this voiceover, so bonus information for you. We are at the end of the video though, so I hope you guys like this house. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Your attention, this time it is for real. Oh baby, love me like you did last night. I wanna hold you till the morning comes. Oh baby, love me like you did, love me like you did. Oh baby, kiss me till I see the light, like you did last night. Found someone who is just as crazy as me, or is it just